my name is Shirley and welcome to my channel where it's all about helping you achieve your goals. Now, as the title suggests, I'm just going to be taking you through how I managed to somehow miraculously get a 92.30 ATAR. This is going to be the first video in the back to school / back to uni series. So I'm making videos on, what's in my uni bag, study strategies, how I prepare for new semesters. So there's a whole lot of uni study kind of content that's coming to your way, and this is only number one of many more to come. So make sure you're subscribed and you turn on your post notifications so that you're alert as soon as I release a new video. Trust me guys, these videos are gonna be fire. So I'm going to be breaking down the video into these components right here. First of all, I'm just going to be starting off with giving you a bit of context about me, just so that you could know where I was coming from, and then I'm going to go through 9 of the things that I feel like really helped me get the ATAR that I did. So yeah, it's going to be a good video. Make sure you sit back, relax and enjoy. So yeah, a bit about me. So yeah, I finished off my HSC in 2015 and I finished off with 92.30. I got 3 band 5s, 3 band 6s and a state rank in business services of 7th in the state, and I was absolutely thrilled with that. For me, I wasn't aiming to get a 99 or 95 or anything like that. For me, I just wanted a 90 plus ATAR. I would have been equally happy with a 91 as I would have been with a 99. Overall, I feel like I had a good HSC journey. Just to give you a bit more context as well, these are the subjects that I studied. Overall, I'd say throughout my schooling life, I wasn't like a super smart kid, but then at the same time, I wasn't like somebody who struggled a lot with school. So yeah, that's just a bit of context, hopefully giving you a bit of insight as we go further into the video. The first thing that I'd say really helped me a lot is I had an effective study timetable. Now I've made a different video that goes deeper into this, so if you can just click somewhere here, I think. So what I did is I had a very strict routine. After school, I knew exactly what I was doing. I'd get home maybe like 3:30, 3:45, and then by 4:30, latest 5 o'clock, I'd start studying. And it comes back to that quote that says, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So for me, having a strategy, that really helped me a lot. And something that helped me stay sane is, as much as I would like study really hard during the week and during the weekends, I never studied on Fridays at all. Even if I had a Monday exam, Fridays was my like breathe day. I did not touch a single book. I did absolute jack all on Fridays. So yeah, for me, I think that really helped me in terms of keeping sane and also having like the motivation. So like when it would come like Thursday and I want to like watch TV and stuff like that, I'll be like, no, I gotta keep pushing on because Friday's coming. I feel like if you don't track your time as well, you will end up having wasted time. Sometimes you might think you're actually studying, but if you actually track your time, you'll realize maybe an hour worth of your afternoon you were spending on Instagram or like TikTok or whatnot. Another thing that I feel like helped me out a lot was building positive relationships with my teachers. I wouldn't say like I was a teacher's pet, like God, no, but then I did make a conscious effort to have a good relationship with my teachers, because having those good relationships really helped out when it came to times that I was struggling. Like sometimes, like let's say I just wasn't getting a maths problem, I'd ask my teacher, okay, can me and a couple of friends, or can you stay back after class? And because we had that positive relationship there, they'd be willing to help. And as much as you feel like your teachers are outdated and whatnot like that, you really need your teachers. A lot of the time they would have done the HSC many times before you, in terms of they would have taught it many times before, so they have a good understanding of exactly what markers are looking for. The next thing that I feel like really helped me out a lot is I picked subjects that played to my strengths and that I really enjoyed. Obviously, if you're like in year 11 and year 12, maybe it's a bit too late now to change your subjects, but if you're watching this and you're in year 10 or younger, pick the right subjects. Again, I've made a video on subject selection, which I'll link as well. For me, when I was picking my subjects, I picked subjects that I knew were going to play to my strengths and subjects that I really enjoyed. Like if you really look closely at my subjects, they're pretty much very similar. Like I did economics, business studies and business services. From that alone, you can tell that business and commerce and stuff were things that were really of interest to me. Then I later went on to study commerce in university, and then now I work in HR. So everything kind of like worked out. I feel like don't just pick subjects just because you feel like they're going to scale well and stuff, because if you do that, I feel like you're just not going to enjoy your HSC experience. One of the reasons why I had a relatively positive experience is because I enjoyed what I was studying. And because I enjoyed what I was studying, I'd be more inclined to study it more during my spare time and during my study periods. And because I would study more, I would perform better in them. Next up is do practice papers. Yo, fam, I cannot express how important it is to do practice papers. Practice papers is so important because of this thing that we call active recall. I'll link Ali Abdul's video where he really goes into active recall as a study strategy. Somebody who does 30 minutes worth of past papers is much better off than somebody who's doing 1 hour of writing notes, because you're using more brain power, and because you're using more brain power, it just helps to like solidify your learning more and build those strong connections, so that later on when you need to retrieve that information, it's there. I'm not going to go too deep into it because you're going to go watch Ali's video, because that video is going to change your life. And another thing that I did is I did a lot of practice paper questions under exam conditions. For me personally, I'd done so many papers, especially in under-timed conditions, that for my SOR paper, for instance, I knew exactly how long it was going to take me to get through multiple choice. I knew how long it was going to take me to get through short answers and extended responses. So when it came to my exam, I would look, I'd be like, oh, 10 minutes is up, I need to move on to the next section. Another thing that I found helped me out a lot is going to tutoring and exams. Now on this channel, we keep it 100, we keep it real. I don't lie to you, I don't fake with y'all, I tell you exactly how it is. I found tutoring was actually a big help. I get everyone's financial situations are different. Maybe your parents may not be able to afford tutoring, and that's completely fine. There are a lot of online options as well. Another thing that I did is I also went to a lot of events. You know, there's like HSC weekend study things and all that kind of stuff. I found those to be really helpful because a lot of the time they would teach things in a way that wasn't being taught at school, and when I mixed with what I was being taught at school and what I was learning at those events and put those all together, it really helped my learning a lot. Another thing that I feel like really helped me is I had a good support team. If I didn't have the support team that I had, I don't think I would have made it. So for me, I'm really grateful for my family. Like, they were so helpful, like in terms of like exempting me from chores and stuff, and just those little things, you know, free up your time a lot and help you you know, focus more on your studies. And I really do encourage you to build a good support team, just because I feel like the HSC is one of those things that really do test you. Times when I'd start to have like those bad thoughts, or times where I felt like I've just messed up and stuff, that's the times that my friends would come in and my family would come in and be like, hey Shirley, it's okay. That really did help me, because I don't think me myself as an individual, I would have been able to get myself out of those like deep negative thoughts at times. And I feel like it's always good as well in terms of like times when I was slacking. Like if I was slacking a lot, my parents would be like, maybe you're not studying as much as you should, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe you're right. Another thing that I feel like really helped me out a lot is I had a set study station. I know there's some people who know like to study in bed and all that kind of stuff, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Our brain, right, it works by associations. Your brain a lot of the time will associate your bed with, you know, sleeping, because, you know, you go to bed to sleep. So I found a lot of the time within 30 minutes I would start getting sleepy and start getting drowsy, and it makes sense because my mind thinks if I'm in bed, then it needs to start getting ready to sleep. And another thing as well, if you keep studying in bed, it's going to confuse your mind as well, because a lot of people sometimes who study in bed, they say they actually struggle to sleep because your mind no longer associates your bed with sleep. Try not to mix things up, but have a set place. For me, that helped me so much. My study, I owned that room between 2014 and 2015. That room was my mansion. It was my kingdom. I ruled over it. I had posters up. I had absolutely everything in it, and everyone knew that when those study doors were shut, don't speak to Shirley because it's serious business time. Now it's a bit different. Like now I don't really study in the study. I study at like this desk station here, and I also study a lot of cafes and libraries and stuff. But it's just that whole idea of having set places that are workstations, because building your brain to associate those places with work just helps you to get in the zone quicker and helps with your productivity and your focus. Now the next thing that I want to talk about, that I didn't even realize I was doing it when I was doing it, but now that I've started to read more books and I've started to get into the law of attraction and stuff, I'm like, oh wow, I actually feel like I manifested my results. Now if you're not familiar with what the law of attraction is, I highly recommend you just do a quick Google search or just watch a lot of videos. There's a lot of videos out there on it. For me, I'm not somebody who says like, ooh, the law of attraction is like a big thing. But what I did, right, is I printed out my dream ATAR, right? And I stuck it on top of my study desk. And then I also stuck it on my binder. I had it like, I think in my laptop. I had it absolutely everywhere. And that poster said, sacrifice now, enjoy later. And it had the dream ATAR that I wanted. And I remember I literally said I want 3 band 5s and 3 band 6s. Like this was literally like at the beginning of year 12, I think at the end of year 11. And you know, surprise when the results came out, I had 3 band 5s and 3 band 6s. I don't know, maybe it's a coincidence, I don't know, but I just find it very like, ooh, interesting how the exact number of bands and like goals that I wanted is exactly what I got. And I feel like, yeah, just having those visual reminders, those visual triggers, and really focusing and really putting your energy and like your all into knowing exactly what you want and chasing after it really helped me out a lot. I'm not going to dig too deep into it because I feel like the law of attraction is a bit no, it's just one of those iffy topics. The last thing that I'm going to say is what I feel like helped me get the ATAR that I want is I really put in a lot of work, and I studied a lot, and I sacrificed a lot. Like, I know there's this vibe, and I feel like I fell into this trap as well, like where people go like, oh, I didn't even study for the exam, oh, I didn't even study during my HSC years. And shoot, sure, there are times like that, like trust me, there's so many exams that I rocked up to that I'm like, I am so underprepared. But I feel like people have this tendency of like playing down the work that they do and seem like they haven't studied when they actually have. I couldn't have gotten the ATAR that I did if I didn't put in the work that I did. Like, as I said again, being real, being completely transparent, I was not a perfect student. I didn't do all my homework. I didn't do crazy things. But with that being said, I also did work really hard. I feel like with the HSC, you get out of it what you put in. So yeah, that's essentially it from me. If you want any more HSC content, make sure you follow the link that's in my description that has a whole playlist worth of like HSC content that you can just binge watch and hopefully help you out. If there's any other tips or anything that you found very helpful in your journey, make sure you comment it down below and help somebody else have a better HSC journey. But yeah, that's essentially it for me today. With all that being said and done, dream big and hustle hard. I'll see you again next time.